I can absolutely guarantee you, without a doubt, not even a second thought, we are already perfect. We are already perfect. He came, he finished, it is done. And the only reason you don't know that we are perfect, you don't know that you're perfect, is because you're living in imagination, what she was saying. You're living in thoughts, and you're believing that this fake identity is yours. You're believing that the nature of the devil is you. You're believing that the vices, the thoughts, the feelings, and all that stuff is you, and it's absolutely not at all. It's an illusion. And that's why when you go and forgive, the Spirit of God forgive you for judging his image. Because when we judge others, because we are created in God's image, we're judging him. We're judging the image of God, right? And so when you forgive, he will forgive you, and now your spirit is of love and not of hate. And so you no longer identify with hate. I mean, you start to see, once you get the spirit, come back to the Father like that, you will see that the spirit of hate, of anger, which is hate, is that of the devil. It was never you. You're already perfect, just living in the body. So when people say, oh, I'm not perfect, every human being, they are in a fallen state they cannot see. But it's done already. And when you are born of the Spirit of God by forgiving, the power, the truth, the nature of God will destroy this false image that you have of yourself, that you have identified with all your life, thinking that was you, and really didn't want to be that way. You didn't want to be that way, but no one told you how to overcome it. You thought it was you. They said, read the Bible. They said, go down to the front of the churches, accept Jesus. None of that worked. There is more to it than that. You must see that you're wrong for anger, for judging, and go and forgive, and then you wake up. And once you wake up, you can't go back to sleep. Now, intellectual people go back to sleep because they're not awake. They're the intellectually think that they're awake. That's why they continue their old ways of judging and have fear and all that kind of stuff. But you're already perfect. It is done. It is done. So when people say, oh, I'm just human, they're blind, they're lying. They can't see. And you'll see that once you allow the image of Satan to be destroyed. You stop identifying with. If you stop identifying with the image of God, of Satan right now, if you can see it right now if you didn't identify with it, with fear and doubt and this idea you need love, you need family, you need this and you need that. You don't. It's a false image. And then you love everybody with perfect love. No opinion. But we're already perfect. Spirit, we are a spirit, and Christ came, sent by God, and got us back. At first, we had no way out of this darkness. In the Old Testament, that's what it's all about. People suffering, people this and that. This is how people do one another now when they're in a fallen state. They're living the Old Testament. They're living the life of the devil. And they think that they're living the life of God or themselves. But you're already perfect. Your spirit is perfect. This false image is not perfect. Isn't that amazing? And when you do the silent prayer, stay with it, stay with it, stay with it, and allow life to happen, allow yourself to feel the fear, allow yourself to feel the doubt, and relax in it, you're going through this false image of yourself. And on the other side is freedom. But you got to go through it. You got to shake your boots. You got to be willing to be alone. You got to be willing to go through it and not reach out for anything. Isn't that amazing? You had your hand. Go ahead. And then I want to get to the biblical question.
How would you be able to break that down for, like, say, like a 10-year-old who is sort of dependent on parents in a way to where, you were just talking to Moses here, not about parting the Red Sea or anything, but, basically we're talking about his father and abandonment and his mom. It's like, how would you condense that to, like, say, a 10-year-old who's currently living right through that? Would you talk about silent prayer? Would you talk about, hey, you don't need anybody?
A 10-year-old living through what? Going through the hell?
Well, right. You know what I'm saying?
Going through the hell?
Like, how would you prepare somebody ahead of time, when they're so young and they might not be able to comprehend what you're saying?
Just tell them, don't be angry. If kids can stay away from the anger, they'll be fine. The only reason that they get caught up in illusion is because nobody tells them, hey, don't be angry. Yes, that was wrong, but don't be angry about it. And that way they don't get caught up in their imagination. They don't get so caught up with the feelings. And as they get older, it'll be easier for them to drop everything and continue to live. But the parents don't tell the kids, hey, don't be angry. If they get angry, the parent get angry at the kids for being angry. And it just adds to the problem. But if parents say to the children, you know what, I'm wrong. Or even if I'm not wrong, don't be mad. Because you become like whoever makes you mad, right? You take on that identity. But if the parent is telling the little kid, don't be angry, they'll be fine. And let them speak up, tell them to speak up. If you disagree with dad or mom, speak up. Let me know. And if the kids speak up in the wrong way, and if the parent didn't take it personally because of their ego, they would still correct the child rather than saying, I'm grown, don't talk to me that way. Like they somebody. They ain't nobody. Just because you're a parent, that don't make you important. People ride parenthood like it's a big deal. It's like riding the preacher hood or the PhD hood. Or like those titles don't mean anything. They don't make you free. They don't keep Satan away from you. And now you're trying to find things to make you feel better. We should agree. But tell kids to stay away from the anger. They'll be fine. Speak up, but don't be angry.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, amazing. Any questions? You're already perfect. You just have identified with the wrong nature. That's the only thing. And in that nature is fear. It's all in the Bible. Have no fear. God is with you. Perfect love casts out fear. Love God, you don't need anything. It's all there, but people read right over it. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. It has come already. It's in the Word. It's in the Word.